Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 4 Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we go to Bristol in both the Xfinity Series and in the Cup Series where we have our news to start the day. Chase Elliott earned career win number 10 in Texas. Will he be a championship contender? Denny Hamlin has been a force to be reckoned with early in the season. He's had a lot of speed, and Kyle Busch seems to be finding his lost speed in recent races as he's gotten consecutive top 10s now as well. Fans have been pushing Gary Owen to be more aggressive on track and start moving people out of his way. Will we see a change like that here today at Bristol Motor Speedway? Of course, we're about to find out, but first we had the Xfinity Series in Bristol where we had subscriber Juan Wayne in the cars. He started just outside of the top 10 as he was actually getting a little rough there with some other drivers, but he came through a little bit later in this race. He was making moves up inside the top 10. He had driven up through the field, and he had actually been able to climb up inside the top 5 as he came to the final lap at this point as he was coming through turns 3 and turns 4. He would come out of the corner to come through to finish in P4 for us here today at Bristol Motor Speedway. So Juan Wayne with a very solid finish, and now we come through into Cup Series qualifying through turns 3 and turns 4. It wasn't a very good lap for myself. As you see, I hit the wall on the exit of turns 4. We hit a 15.9, still beating our goal, but we go P14 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. So a little bit of work to do, and hopefully we can make up a bunch of ground in stage 1. And on the pole, we got Martin Truex.
Welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway for the Food City 500. This half-mile concrete oval is famous for its high banking and all of the beating and banging that goes on out there. But the only thing that matters to these drivers is winning this race.
Alright, thank you, Rick Allen. We're ready to go green here at the Food City 500 at Bristol Motor Speedway. You see right there, Martin Truex Jr. won the pole, sent to the back after replacing a transmission. I need to mention right away that I lost a small amount of footage at the end of Stage 1 and at the beginning of Stage 2. So you're not going to see the stage finish or the stage start at the end of Stage 1 or Stage 2. So unfortunate about that, but only a tiny bit of footage lost, which is going to help us quite a bit. We'll shorten up the video a little bit, but either way, the green flag is out and we are underway at Bristol Motor Speedway. Joey Logano now leads the field to green after Martin Truex Jr. gets sent to the back of the field. Chase Elliott just in front of us as we come through turns 1 and turns 2 on this opening lap here at Bristol. We've gotten 2 wins at this racetrack so far in our short Cup Series career. Last time out at Bristol it didn't go as planned and we could not get the win, but obviously we had won 2 in a row previously, so hopefully we can get win number 3 at Bristol here, and I believe this would be career win number 8 if we could pick up the victory today. We came to lap 3 now, going up the inside of our SHR teammate of Kevin Harvick. We would pass him for a brief amount of time, but he would actually pass me back and drive away. So we get to the inside of William Byron now on lap 11, trying to make a pass on him, and I was surprised by how slow I was moving through the field. We had only climbed up to P11 in the first 10-11 laps or so, definitely was a little bit concerned at this point. Now as it came through on lap 12, you saw Kevin Harvick. He had actually gotten into it in front of us with our teammate of Clint Boyer. We passed Boyer. We had entered the top 10 at this point on lap 16. Then on lap 17, we get right to the back now, the 95 of Matt DiBenedetto. We give him a little bit of a bumper there as we go down into turns 1. He's sideways, he hangs onto it, but we use the bump and run on Matt DiBenedetto there as he was just kind of in my way, and I was just like, I want to get on with it at this point now as we came through turns 1 and at turns 2. At that point, we passed him now as we come out of turns 4 side by side with Eric Jones. Apologies to Nathan and any other DiBenedetto fans. I know you don't want me to move DiBenedetto. We had a moment with him last time out in Bristol a few races ago, that was, so I kind of felt like maybe we owed DiBenedetto a little bit of something back for that. Now as it came to lap 27, we'd been able to get to the outside of Ryan Blaney, and we would pass him and go 4 wide, passing Ryan Blaney in the process, and this is where I lost the footage in the final lap. So this was the final lap here. I still had the cinematic cameras for some reason. So we came through out of turns 4. We had passed Kyle Busch and gained another position, so we got P5 in stage 1. We came out of the pit lane in stage 2 and started P3. So we were all of a sudden up here in the battle with Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, but Keselowski, he was driving away with the lead at this point, so like I said, it was just kind of a battle between myself and Denny Hamlin. Sure enough, we came into turn 3 a little bit later. We had passed Denny Hamlin on the inside after a little bit of contact with him that actually got him in the wall, so unfortunate again there, but we come through now where the footage came back. Lap 17 of 28 here in stage 2, running in the second position here behind Keselowski came through out of turns 2. The caution would come out midway through stage 2 and set us up for a restart when nobody was pitting except Joey Logano, who looks like he must have brought out the caution. I should mention Jimmy Johnson actually crashed out, so he is done for the day as well. So we would get ready for the restart from the second position there. You see Chase Elliott rounding up the top 10, but it's going to be myself and Brad Keselowski on this first row. Second row, Denny Hamlin and our teammate of Eric Almirola, Clint Boyer in the top 5. So we have 3 SHR cars right now in the top 5 for the restart as we are once again underway here in Bristol. A much better launch than the 2 car of Brad Keselowski for Penske Racing with 8 laps to go here in stage 2 as we come through the center of the corner. He has the advantage though on that bottom through the restart as we go down into turns 3 now, getting back up his outside though, trying to fight back here against the 2 of Keselowski's. We're going to get to his outside as we exit turns 4 side by side for the lead with Brad Keselowski with 7 to go here in stage 2. Haven't led yet today in Bristol, but now he would actually get clear as we went down towards turns 3 and we came out of turns 4 on lap 24, getting into the left rear of him just a little bit there. Now as I go down into turns 1, he slides and we're going to move Keselowski like that out of the way for the lead as we would get away from him as quickly as possible there as we came through. Now starting the final lap here in stage 2, going down into turns 1 and 2. I should mention I did not mean to get into Keselowski, but obviously I took the opportunity when I had it to get around him after moving him like that. Now let's go down into turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time. We won 1 stage this season and now we're going to get our second stage win of the season here in Bristol. So 2 playoff points now to our tally. Ryan Newman got up to P3, so a great result from Ryan Newman for Roush Fenway Racing. But obviously we would have to pit here at the end of stage 2 for 2 cans of fuel as well as 4 tires. I didn't really want to make any adjustments to the car. I felt like the car was driving pretty good at this point, especially on the longer run, so I decided to just stick with what we had at this point and get ready for stage 3 here in Bristol. So like I said, an extra playoff point to us, which will help quite a bit now as Joey Logano stayed out at the end of the stage, and we lose the lead now here for the start of stage 3. But Logano's on more worn tires than everybody else now as the green flag is out. The third and final stage is underway here at Bristol Motor Speedway. 61 laps to go. Can the 22 do anything up front? He should be able to clear me on the exit of turn 2. Sure enough, he does. But we already fight back to the outside of the Penske driver of Joey Logano as we come through the center of turns 3 and turns 4. We're going to have the exit that powers us once again side by side, pretty even across the line, but Logano had that lap led as we came through the center of turns 1 and 2. Once again, still side by side with the Penske driver now as he's actually putting up a pretty decent fight considering his situation right now as we come through on the exit of the corner. Though we're going to have the momentum to at least lead lap 66 and now try to get clear of him as we came through the center of the corner again, and sure enough out of turns 2 he's going to battle back, and I just couldn't quite clear Joey down into turn 3. If we could just get clear of him, I think we could probably drive away, and then the guys behind us might have issues and we would clear him out of turns 4. So we came through now on lap 71. Hamlin got past him and then Hamlin ran me down, drove right to my inside as we went into turns 3, and I really did not have a lot to battle Hamlin against now as we come through out of turns 4 side by side with the JGR drivers across the line. 54 laps to go at this point here in Bristol, and we hit the wall in turns 1, but no legitimate damage on the car was done, so that was good. But we came to lap 83. Now working through lap traffic, we give the 42 a little bit of a bumper because he was holding me up, allowing Keselowski to run me down and try to make the pass as we came through turns 1 and 2. So we dropped down to P3 here on lap 84 at this point. So things weren't looking great, but we would come to lap 88. Keselowski had taken the lead from Hamlin. The lap traffic was right in the way. We'd gotten to the outside of Denny Hamlin, and then we try to get to the outside of Brad Keselowski as we have now passed the 11 car for P2, and we have our sights set on the 2 of Keselowski, and we're going to get aggressive through turns 3 and turns 4. We're going to make it 3 wide for the lead as we exit turns 4. Coming through to cross the line, we have now passed Keselowski and taken the lead now here late in Bristol on lap 91 of 125. So now it's just hoping that we don't make a silly mistake at this point, because we've had a history of doing that, unfortunately, here in Bristol, including our first time here in the Cup Series and the 41 car. But we come to lap 99. We had been working our way pretty easily through lap traffic. Keselowski was lurking behind us. He was still in the picture. We weren't completely safe with 26 laps to go, but I was just confident that if we could get to this lap traffic like we would right here on lap 106, we would be okay. As we went down into turns 1, and the car gets sideways, and we hit the apron. Last time that happened, we wrecked at Bristol. I believe that was in the last race at Bristol. Thankfully, we held on to it that time. Maybe a little bit of experience knowing what happens when when the car does that now at Bristol specifically. So we come to lap 112, only 14 to go. You can see this absolute mess I was dealing with at this point, allowing Keselowski to stay in the pictures. We're 3 wide down the back straightaway with Bubba Wallace included, and then we're going to go 3 wide into turns 3 and turns 4. I was being really aggressive at this point. Maybe shouldn't have been taking these risks because it was certainly dangerous, but I was going for it here, as you can see, through turns 1 and turn 2, just continuing to go 3 wide as we get to the outside of Joey Gase on the exit to turn 2, just continuing to move through the lap traffic 3 wide again now with Tyler Reddick and Chris Buescher as we came through out of turns 4. We then would go 3 wide up the middle between Kurt Busch and Chris Buescher. As Buescher, he would stay in the picture. As you can see, this absolute mess right in front of me, allowing Keselowski to get right to our bumper now as we get hooked by the right side, into the right side wall, by the one of Kurt Busch. No damage was done. We kept it straight, but that certainly could have went very wrong. And we would finally, though, work our way to the front of this pack of lap cars on 4 laps to go. We would pass BJ McLeod in the 51, and finally, this would give us the opportunity to drive away in the final laps. Now as it came to just 2 laps to go, a good gap between myself and the cars behind us. Cars were pitting at this time because the fuel icon, you notice, has come on, and I was like, obviously I'm not going to come to the pit lane, we're just going to try and run it to the end here because we're approaching the final lap. Many cars on the pit lane as the white flag is in the air here in Bristol. As long as we don't completely choke it through turns 1 and 2, we will be okay. Now as we exit the corner, heading down this back straightaway for the final time, and the car starts sputtering for the first time here on this final half a lap, but it's not going to matter. We're running out of fuel as we exit turns 4, but it's going to be enough as we're going to hang on to win in Bristol. Career win number 8 with the car running out of fuel on that final half a lap or so. So very happy to get this 41 team to victory lane and as well as punch our ticket into the playoffs. I was a little bit concerned seeing all the different winners we've already had this season that we might actually get a 16 driver win playoff grid. Like everyone's going to have to win to make the playoffs. So it's nice to get that win out of the way. Now we do not have to worry at all because we're already high enough in the points to where we will be okay, I think, now. So no worries about making the playoffs now. We just got to go out and be aggressive, I think, like we did today. I moved a couple guys out of the way, Matt Benedetto included. The Benedetto one was a little bit of payback for what happened at Martinsville, and obviously he's free to come give me payback whenever he wants as well, now as he kind of owes us. But either way, it worked out for us in the end because Keselowski got a poor finish. A bunch of drivers that were running strong got fairly poor finishes because of that whole pit cycle right at the end now, as we're still second in the points behind Denny Hamlin, who just continues to run so well. And after the race, I said, awesome day for us. I probably made some enemies out of that one. Obviously, Matt Benedetto, maybe Brad Keselowski. So definitely not everyone's going to be happy with us. And sure enough, after the race, Matt Tifft, he's not happy. Corey LaJoie is not happy. Chase Elliott's not happy. I provoked Tifft and LaJoie, and I was like, I don't want to make anyone angry, so I apologize to Chase Elliott in that one. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very appreciated. In the next one, we go to Richmond, where we surprisingly have a win at in our career. Last time, 1 season ago, when we came to this race, we were able to kind of just steal the victory late in Richmond. We weren't really a factor for the win at all, and then in the final 10 laps, all of a sudden, we had an opportunity. We took it, and we won. So we'll see if we can do it again there as you see the playoff grid, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and have a great day, everybody.